Have you ever wondered why melted bugs are used on candies and lemons? It might sound strange, but this practice fuels a $167 million industry. Shellac is a resin produced by the female lac bug found on trees in India and Thailand. Its main components are aluritic acid, gelaric acid, shell oleic acid, and natural waxes. It is sold as dry flakes and dissolved in alcohol to make liquid shellac, used as a colorant, food glaze, and wood finish. Shellac acts as a natural primer, sanding sealant, tannin blocker, odor blocker, stain, and high-gloss varnish. It was used in electrical applications for its insulation properties and moisture resistance. Phonograph and gramophone records were made of shellac until vinyl records replaced them in 1948. Shellac was a popular wood finish until nitrocellulose lacquer took over in the 1920s and 1930s. Besides wood finishing, it is used in food, medication, candy-like confectioner's glaze, and for preserving citrus fruit. Despite its origin, shellac is a versatile and valuable product. In this video, we'll explore how shellac is made, its various uses, and why it's such a crucial part of industries around the world. Let's dive in. Shellac has been used for over 3,000 years in India for various purposes. India is the largest producer of shellac, exporting over $65 million worth of it annually. However, the industry faces challenges due to fluctuating harvests and prices. To produce shellac, farmers implant lac bug eggs onto new tree branches in June. When the eggs hatch, the bugs spread out and feed on the tree's sap. As they feed, they excrete a resin that hardens into shellac. The resin is collected, processed, and used in various industries around the world. The valuable amber-colored resin hardens upon exposure to air, creating a protective nest that becomes shellac. Farmers use a curved knife called a dowel to harvest the resin from lac-infested trees, which can be up to 20 feet tall. It can take around 300,000 insects to produce just 1 kilogram of shellac. The process begins with crushing and washing the lac, which is the most challenging part, as cleaning it for too long can lower the yield. The cleaned lac is then dried to prevent mold and make it easier to extract the resin. During winter, the lac is left in the yard for about an hour and a half, while in hotter months, it takes about half the time. Workers must watch it closely to avoid overheating, which can turn it black, lowering its quality and value. Next, workers assign the lac one of 4 grades based on size. They remove small sticks and impurities before packaging the lac for sale. Workers use a machine to separate any stones from the lac mix. They then place the lac into a cloth tube, resembling a giant sock, and twist it to move the mixture towards the kiln. The tube is spun until the lac melts, with any remaining rocks or sticks collected by the cloth. Workers spend at least 6 hours a day spinning the tube and maintaining the kiln fire at 167 degrees F, which can rise to 113 degrees F in the summer. The melted lac forms symmetrical circles called button shellac, used for making bangles. To create sheet shellac, workers spread the melted lac on a tool called a pipper, using a palm leaf for even distribution. Once cooled, they stretch it further using their hands, feet, and teeth. Shellac has been traditionally made for centuries by pulling it into an even 5 by 5 feet square. These sheets are used to polish candies, cashew nuts, and fruit. Machines have largely replaced the traditional hand-stretching method. One machine presses out thin sheets, similar to a pasta maker, processing most of the factory's lac, and making shellac 4 times faster than by hand stretching. Workers give the sheet one quick tug and then rip it off, hanging it up to harden and cool before chopping it into hair-thin pieces. These pieces will stiffen into shards that are exported worldwide. Farmers can sell the refined shellac for almost double what they paid for it. Indonesia and the United States are the biggest customers for Indian shellac. The US, in particular, is the world's largest importer, buying about a quarter of all Indian shellac. One of its earliest uses was as a rich crimson dye. The insect's excretions were also used to make strong glue and add a shiny, water-resistant finish to wood and leather. In medieval Europe, artists mixed it into paint. In the 1800s, it became the basis of gramophone records before the invention of vinyl. Throughout the 1900s, it was a popular finish for wood paneling in American homes. It also found its way into pharmaceuticals as a coating for pills and tablets, as well as in food as a glossy glaze for candies, fruits, cakes, and nuts. The global shellac industry is now worth over $167 million, with more than half of the world's supply coming from India. The US Food and Drug Administration considers shellac a food-safe additive, allowing its use in foods as long as it's listed on the ingredients list as shellac or confectioner's glaze. It is used in treats like junior jelly beans, candy corn, and whoppers. Shellac is also dissolved in alcohol and sprayed onto citrus fruit to extend its shelf life by wicking away moisture, making the fruit more visually appealing on grocery store shelves. Climate change has made raising lac insects more challenging. Intensifying rainstorms wash lac off tree branches, leading to fungal infestations, while extreme heat is drying up the trees, the insect's main food source. With the support of organizations, Indian lac producers are fighting to sustain their livelihoods for generations to come. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Let us know what you think about shellac and its uses. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating videos on surprising industries. Stay tuned for our next video, and until next time, take care.